Nature, with its undeniable beauty, often reveals a darker side. As an avid animal lover, I'm fascinated by various creatures, but there are some that I prefer not to encounter. Unfortunately, we don't always have the luxury of choice. From spine-chilling beings that elicit skin-crawling fear to monstrous creatures capable of tearing us limb from limb, here's a list of animals that should be avoided at all costs. Enter the Death Stalker. Getting stung by a scorpion is never a pleasant experience. It hurts. However, some of these arachnids go beyond causing mere discomfort. Meet the Death Stalker, the world's most lethal scorpion, living up to its name. A sting from this creature can be fatal, particularly for the young, old, or weakened individuals. But don't breathe a sigh of relief if you don't fall into these categories. Its sting can still unleash a slew of unpleasant effects, including nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Just imagine the horror of facing a swarm of these lethal creatures. In 2021, the southern province of Aswan in Egypt experienced a nightmare scenario. Heavy rainfall forced hundreds of deathstalkers out of their hiding places, prompting them to invade towns and cities in search of better shelter. The result? A total of 503 people fell victim to the venomous onslaught. Thankfully, the local government acted swiftly, administering anti-venom to all those affected. Crisis averted. That could have been a disaster, leading to either a plumbing nightmare or an increase in the local graveyard population. The Black Death. Snakes, some of the most feared creatures on the planet, have an uncanny ability to appear in unexpected places, ranging from your car to your toilet bowl. Imagine the shock of a homeowner in Durban, South Africa, who discovered one of the most venomous snakes coiled up inside their barbecue. Meet the Black Mamba, a serpent so lethal that its bites, without immediate medical intervention, almost always lead to the victim's demise. Fortunately, the person preparing the barbecue escaped unscathed. They wisely called in a professional to safely remove the deadly intruder, capturing a nerve-wracking clip in the process. It's an understatement to say they got off lightly. Black Mambas are known for their extreme nervousness. A misstep in their presence could spell disaster, as these swift snakes can dart towards you at an astonishing speed of 10 miles per hour. Once they lunge, they deliver multiple bites in a single attack, making for a serious overkill situation. Astonishingly, just 2 drops of their venom are sufficient to end a human life. Facing one of these formidable serpents, the best course of action is to slither away as swiftly as possible. Explosion on the beach. During my vacations, I thoroughly enjoy searching for unique shells on the beach. However, one sight I can confidently say I never wish to encounter during these coastal adventures is this peculiar phenomenon. Good grief, what on earth is that? Contrary to initial impressions, it's not a colossal dinosaur. This is in fact a carcass of a sperm whale that washed ashore in the Western Cape, South Africa back in 2018. Now one might think, well, it's already dead, so what's there to fear? That assumption, however, is far from accurate. As a beached whale undergoes decomposition, it generates gas, causing it to swell and transform into an otherworldly mass, as seen here. The accumulated gas inside the whale continues to build up until the pressure becomes too much for this giant fleshy beach ball, resulting in a dramatic explosion. If you happen to be in close proximity when this explosion occurs, the sheer force of the blast could cause significant harm, not to mention the overwhelming stench. So unless you have a particular fondness for the idea of malodorous whale flesh hurtling toward you at an alarming speed, it's advisable to keep a safe distance. Tarantula Hawk. What? 3 words. Tarantula, hawk, wasp. If it sounds like something straight out of your darkest nightmares, there's a good reason for that. Meet the Tarantula Hawk, a member of the spider-wasp family known for its remarkable and terrifying ability to take down tarantulas. These wasps are hardcore. They start by paralyzing the tarantula with a venomous sting and, for good measure, lay an egg inside the immobilized spider. Ah, gross, right? After the egg hatches, the larva emerges and proceeds to devour the still-living tarantula. Talk about a nightmare-inducing life cycle. What's even more unnerving is that these creepy critters are quite common, found everywhere from the US to Australia, so you never know when you might stumble upon one. An Australian Reddit user, Space Monster, had a particularly unsettling encounter when they returned home to find a Tarantula Hawk wasp dragging off a massive huntsman spider. What a warm welcome. The good news is that these hellish wasps aren't interested in making humans their dinner. They're more likely to flee than attack. However, if they feel threatened, you could find yourself on the receiving end of their potent stinger. The sting from a tarantula hawk is no joke. It's excruciating. The pain is so intense that experts suggest lying down and screaming through it. The agony lasts only a few minutes, but those minutes are bound to be the most painful of your life. Most people are so overwhelmed by the pain that they lose control of their bodies, increasing the risk of accidentally hurting themselves further. So count your blessings for not having 8 legs in this scenario. Malicious mozzies. Mosquitoes, those persistent pests, are not just irritating but surprisingly dangerous. Their survival strategy involves feeding on their victim's blood with a long proboscis, injecting saliva that prevents clotting and numbs the pain, but also leads to itching red spots. Yet the true peril lies in their capacity to transmit life-threatening diseases. By feeding on the blood of infected animals, mosquitoes can absorb disease-causing microorganisms, later passing them on to humans through subsequent bites. Malaria, with over 600,000 casualties in 2022, stands as a stark example of the potential harm these tiny creatures can cause. A vivid account by Reddit user Monique2310 details a disturbing experience of being bitten 65 times while swimming in a local river with her kids. Despite the discomfort, she fortunately avoided contracting any diseases. The image of numerous mosquitoes inserting their proboscises is cringeworthy. While donning Jedi cloaks made of mosquito netting might be a wishful fantasy, showing support by liking and subscribing to stay informed about my videos is entirely acceptable. With that done, let's delve into the unsettling world of more creatures. The bear necessities. For those unfamiliar with the reality of bears, they may appear as cute and huggable fuzzballs. However, one vacationer in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, learned the harsh truth. Yep, bears are indeed terrifying. Huge, powerful, and seemingly unstoppable. Reddit user Donut Shops and 3 friends discovered this firsthand during a camping trip near some woods in Yellowstone. Unbeknownst to them, they had set up camp near an elk carcass and a group of grizzly bears arrived to share the food. Resisting panic, Donut and friends hastily packed up. However, a horrifying turn of events unfolded as a grizzly charged straight at them. Panic ensued, but luckily one member of the group had bear spray and used it to deter the charging bear. The situation escalated when one of the campers accidentally cut themselves, attracting more bears with the scent of the wound. The group spent an exhausting 8 hours fleeing the relentless bears in the darkness, improvising with a makeshift fire from their books to ward off the animals. Against all odds, everyone survived until the next morning. If you ever find yourself camping in bear territory, the lesson is clear. Bring bear spray. Alternatively, if a bear attacks, playing dead may work for brown or grizzly bears, as they may perceive you as non-threatening. However, this tactic won't work with black bears, requiring you to choose between running or fighting, neither of which is an ideal option. The advice? Simply stay out of bear territory altogether. Colossal Croc. The depths of our planet's waters house creatures that may appear monstrous but often pose no real threat. Take the wolffish, for example, with its intimidating teeth resembling a creature from a horror movie. Despite its fearsome look, these fish are generally docile, though capable of delivering a potent bite if provoked. On the flip side of the aquatic spectrum, we encounter the saltwater crocodile, the largest living reptile and arguably the most formidable crocodile globally, reaching an astonishing length of 20 feet and weighing a colossal 3,330 pounds. That's nearly as long as a London bus and 3 times heavier than a grizzly bear. Known for their aggressiveness and territorial nature, saltwater crocs consider humans as potential prey if they stray too close. What sets them apart is their remarkable bite force. Measured in psi, or pressure per square inch, salties boast an astonishing 3,700 psi, enabling them to crush bones with ease, far surpassing lions, 1,000 psi, and humans, 150 to 200 psi. Historical accounts amplify the fearsome reputation of saltwater crocs, with tales like the post-World War II Battle of Ramree Island, where it was believed that hordes of crocs slaughtered retreating Japanese soldiers. Recent research suggests their role may not have been as extensive, but the story remains a chilling reminder of the crocodile's power. Considering the modern saltwater croc's formidability, envisioning encounters with its Cretaceous ancestors like the massive Deinosuchus, believed to reach 39 feet, is a relief they're not around today. Facing such colossal creatures, once dinosaur predators, would be a daunting challenge. So while staying fit is advisable for personal well-being, it's reassuring that our everyday lives don't involve contending with ancient giants or colossal saltwater crocs. Hell spiders. Arachnophobes, brace yourself for the camel spider, a creature that has been the subject of some chilling rumours. These nightmarish beings were said to leap 6 feet in the air, emit a blood-curdling scream while running at 25 miles per hour, and numb the flesh of their victims before consuming them alive. According to US soldiers stationed in Iraq in the early 2000s, camel spiders got their name from attacking camels, devouring their stomachs, and laying eggs inside them. Soldiers claimed they woke up covered in these creatures, stealthily consumed during the night. Here's the relief. Those tales are entirely baseless. The soldiers were spinning an elaborate yarn for the folks back home. In reality, camel spiders are about 5 inches long, not the terrifying length depicted in some images. Soldiers were often holding 2 spiders attached to each other for effect, and despite their name, camel spiders aren't actually spiders. They belong to the broader arachnid family, much like the tailless whip scorpion. While they may look dread-inducing, these creatures are essentially harmless. The horrifying shedding process captured in some images is merely the camel spider discarding its exoskeleton, a necessary step for its growth. Although neither camel spiders nor tailless whip scorpions are lethal, camel spiders can deliver a painful bite if provoked, thanks to their intimidating pincers, so it's best to avoid poking them. While camel spiders may seem aggressive, they don't chase down humans to take a bite. Instead, they may follow people to stay in the cool shadow cast over the desert. While they are unlikely to cause lasting harm, their appearance is enough to warrant leaving them undisturbed. If you're feeling a bit itchy, you're not alone. The toe biter. Delving into the enigmatic waters, we encounter the giant water bug, a creature that seamlessly combines swimming, flying, and sheer terror. Despite its leaf-like guise, the toe biter is hyper-aggressive, mercilessly attacking anything, including humans, that dares to approach. In securing its prey, the water bug employs a gruesome feeding ritual. By biting down and injecting enzymes through its proboscis, it breaks down the prey's innards. The water bug then consumes the disintegrated insides, with the victim horrifyingly remaining alive for part of this ordeal. While the bite won't dissolve your insides, it inflicts intense pain, warranting utmost avoidance of toe biters. Encountering a male water bug with a peculiar-looking mass atop, resembling unsettling stuff, signals imminent danger. It's a male bug carrying its eggs. Some species involve females laying eggs on males who become protective carriers. Others deposit eggs on sticks in bodies of water, with the dedicated daddy fiercely defending them. Entomologist Chris Goffert, in her research, experienced firsthand the intense protectiveness of water bug fathers. Collecting eggs in an Arizona pond, a defensive male persistently attacked her, even falling into the water without relenting. Goffert had to fend off the insect 4 times, including one close call where it snuck into her neck before she swatted it away. The remarkable dedication of these creatures to safeguard their offspring adds a layer of awe, even if encounters prove unnerving. Cruel cobras. Snakes, especially venomous ones capable of spitting venom, are the stuff of nightmares. Giant spitting cobras, nearly 9 feet long, rank as the largest venom-spitting cobras on Earth. Some scientists believe they evolved this ability to defend themselves from our early ancestors, making it, in a way, our fault. Spitting cobras aim their venom directly at the eyes of their enemies, causing severe burns and potential blindness if untreated. They can shoot their venom from a considerable distance, but are not averse to delivering a venomous bite up close. The venom can cause rapid tissue death around the bite, leading to disfigurement and potentially more severe consequences. Despite the dangers, snake charmers worldwide incorporate cobras into their routines. Unfortunately, accidents happen, and in 2018 a snake charmer in Malaysia met his untimely demise after being bitten by a spitting cobra he was attempting to capture. The venom took just 4 days to take hold, leaving no chance for recovery. Considering the risks, giant spitting cobras are firmly off the must-cuddle list for anyone, and encountering them in the wild is a situation best avoided. Deadly dragons. Rinca Island in Indonesia is renowned for its population of huge Komodo dragons, the largest lizards globally, capable of reaching an intimidating 10 feet in length. These creatures are strong, vicious, and possess venomous bites. A single bite from a Komodo dragon can cause paralysis and rapid debilitating blood loss, leaving the victim vulnerable for the dragon to consume. Komodo dragons are not only known for their venomous bites, but also for their ability to swallow large animals like deer whole. Instead of bothering to chew large prey into smaller pieces, they spend around 20 minutes forcing the paralyzed animal down their throat by slamming it against a tree. Given their intimidating nature, encountering a Komodo dragon under your desk or anywhere else is a situation best avoided. In an incident in 2009, a tour guide named Mayen discovered a Komodo dragon curled beside his legs in his office on Rinca Island. Despite his quick reaction to pull his legs back, the dragon lunged, biting him on the leg. Mayen screamed for help and with the assistance of colleagues managed to kick the dragon off. His colleagues then rushed him away from the frenzied Komodo dragons on the island, ultimately escaping further injuries. Although it took around 6 months for Mayen to fully recover, he survived the harrowing account with these formidable creatures. Buzzkills. In addition to the overwhelming focus on the COVID-19 outbreak in 2020, another unsettling event captured public attention that year. The discovery of northern giant hornets, formerly known as murder hornets, in Washington state, USA. Believed to have arrived via shipping, these enormous insects posed a significant threat. Compared to honeybees, the hornets could administer a staggering 28 times more venom in a single sting, making encounters with the swarm potentially fatal. The news of their presence caused understandable panic among Americans, and incidents like actress Rose McGowan getting stung in 2021 highlighted the severe symptoms, including intense pain, numbness, a rapid heart rate, and even fuzzy vision. Fortunately, Rose McGowan recovered fully, and it's uncommon for hornet stings to result in anything more than temporary symptoms unless the person is allergic. By the end of 2021, multiple nests had been located and destroyed, and there were no new sightings in Washington throughout 2022, suggesting that the US may have successfully averted a major threat. For those who encounter these insidious insects, the best advice remains to keep a safe distance. Terrifying tapeworms. In the realm of horrifying creatures, tapeworms take an especially unsettling place. Unlike other discussed creatures, they don't just lurk on the surface, they squirm around inside your body. Tapeworms are contracted by consuming undercooked meats. When a cow eats grass with tapeworm eggs, these eggs hatch in its intestines as larvae, eventually making their way into the muscles through the bloodstream, forming hardy cysts. Cooking infected meat thoroughly can kill these cysts, preventing infection. However, consuming undercooked or infected beef can lead to the development of a fully fledged tapeworm in the intestines, feeding on nutrients intended for the body. One particularly alarming case in the UK in 2012 involved a man experiencing headaches, strange smells, memory flashbacks, and seizures for 4 years. Doctors discovered a rare ribbon-shaped tapeworm had entered his brain, likely contracted during a trip to China. The tapeworm had somehow travelled from the gut to the brain, causing severe symptoms. Although the worm was removed, the man continued to suffer residual problems. The takeaway lesson is clear. Always ensure your food is thoroughly cooked to avoid such unsettling encounters with tapeworms. Funnel web fear. Australia, known for its breathtaking beauty, is also home to some of the most venomous and aggressive spiders, including Australian funnel webs. The Sydney funnel web in particular boasts fangs so robust that they can pierce leather, making them capable of biting through shoes. A Sydney funnel web bite can lead to extreme symptoms within minutes, including vomiting, spasms, confusion, heart palpitations, and even brain swelling. Without prompt treatment, these bites can be lethal. Ian Beard, an Australian native, had a chilling encounter with a funnel web spider in 2020. While cleaning his drain with a small shovel, he felt a sharp pain on his finger and discovered a funnel web spider. An ambulance rushed him to the hospital where antivenom saved his life. The ordeal prompted a friend to offer valuable advice. "Beardy, next time you're in the garden, put on some bloody gloves." Wise words indeed. As the exploration of horrifying animals concludes, viewers are encouraged to share which creature made their skin crawl the most in the comments. Until next time, thanks for watching.